Hey, look what the cat dragged in, or I guess in our case it's what the dog brought in. What's up? I'm Noah from PhoneDog.com, and these are two new little mini beauties from Sony Ericsson, or we'll see if they're beauties. They promise to be beauties. They're certainly mini. It's the Xperia X10 Mini and the Xperia X10 Mini Pro, both Android-based smartphones. Got some early hands-on with these phones back at CTIA, and I was pretty psyched to check these out. I think Sony did some neat things in terms of the user interface to make these phones very usable one-handed, and then the X10 Mini Pro adds the slide-out keyboard, which I'm personally kind of psyched about. So we're going to unbox these. I'm kind of, you know, I'm being a little lazy about this, or efficient maybe is the word, doing one intro for both videos. So depending on which one you're watching right now, let's get the X10 Mini out of the box, or let's get the X10 Mini Pro out of the box. Thanks Sony Ericsson for lending us these. All right, here you go, the Sony Ericsson Xperia X10 Mini, and this thing is mini. This is the X10 Mini Pro, which is like the X10 Mini, but bigger, believe it or not. So that gives you, here's the HTC Aria, which is not a large phone by any means. That's just, you know, I'm going to tease you with all these different phones before I actually get this one out. Here's the Verizon Droid Incredible, which is kind of, you know, kind of a standard size smartphone by today's standards. Here is the Samsung Galaxy Pro, which is a little larger. I'm gonna have to put these on the table here so you can see them all. Get them back in order. Messed up the order. And then here is the Motorola Droid X, which is big, right? So, you know, this is kind of where they range, how they rank, how they stack up. So here's the X10 Mini. Teens McGee. Does anybody besides me and my friends use that term? Teens McGee. This thing is small. Look at that. That's funny. That right there is kind of a funny picture. The Xperia X10 Mini on top of the Droid X. Let's turn on the battery, fire it up, turn on the power. In the box of this unlocked GSM phone, not on a US carrier, it's on some international, or some non-US carriers rather, but not on a US carrier at this time. Sony Ericsson kind enough to loan us an unlocked version. In the box, ooh, they sent us all the different, oh nice, all the different back plates. Sweet! Trick it out. So they sent us the black version, the yellow version, the silver version, the white version, the red version, the purple fade version, which obviously is the one I'm going to use. You also get a charger, Sony Ericsson Greenheart eco-friendlier charger, and USB to micro USB cable, so you use that for data and for the charging, USB enabled charger. And you also get a 3.5mm based stereo headset with inline microphone and remote. And then you also get your user manual, X10 Mini user guide. So let's close this back up. Let's put things back in, and let's get rid of all these other phones. We'll leave the Mini Pro out there for comparison shopping purposes. We'll save those all for a rainy day. Those phones all have been covered to some extent on PhoneDog already, so check that out. It's been nuts the past week or so, believe me. It's a fun job, but it has been busy lately. All right, so here's the Mini Pro with its sliding keyboard. Separate unboxing video, you can check out for that one. And here's the Mini. So we'll check it out. I've been saying check it out a lot, sorry. So it's an Android phone, runs Android 1.6 with this custom Sony UI that is actually kind of cool. It's got this four corners thing, so it's made for one-handed use. I mean, you can see, I'm going to back the zoom up a little bit more just to get another perspective on just how tiny this thing is. 2.55-inch QVGA display, capacitive touch. You've got your four corners you can set up for shortcuts to whatever you want. So by default, it's dialing, contacts, music, messaging, and then you can hit the button down there, bring up your apps. So you've got the Android Market, camera, 5-megapixel camera with autofocus, flash, and video capture, FM radio, Sony Ericsson's Timescape to keep track of your social media stuff, Facebook, YouTube pre-installed, Maps, Google Talk, Edge. I don't know what Edge is, and Peggle I think is a game. Maybe Edge is a game also. And then Wise Pilot navigation as well. And so then you can also go back here and swipe back to the home screen, and then you can have widgets. So you can use Android widgets, but you just since it's such a small home screen, you just kind of slide through to get to them, which I think is kind of neat. All right, so then also turn around the phone. On the bottom, you have a 3.5mm headphone jack, micro USB port. Nothing on the left side. On the top, you have your power lock switch. On the right, rocker switch and dedicated camera key. And let's go to messaging here, and we'll do new message, and we'll write the message. And so you've got your compact T9 style keyboard here. A little cluttered at first when you look at it, but it kind of it does make sense. You've got your you can type the, and this is going back like old school, relying on predictive text. I haven't done this. I was never very fast this way, but I haven't done it in a while. I type more accurately this way than I do when I'm trying to go fast on a full QWERTY board, that's for sure. And then you can click over here and you get your numerical pad, and you can click over there to get to your symbols. Back, we could do some emoticons here. So now from this, down at the bottom. Okay, so I can go back, and then I'll get a little winky. A little winky, there you go. And then you can switch your input method. So I'm in quick text. I could also go multi-tap, which I believe is if I wanted to type the word and, I'd have to go A, and yeah, right, okay, multi-tap. Let's go back to quick text. There you go. And let's pop the back off here, and let's put on one of these customized battery covers. It's not a thin phone, but very small, very light. You can see I've got an AT&T SIM card on there. In the US, it'll work on AT&T or T-Mobile. Like I said, unlocked. Saw it online. I promised the purple fade, didn't I? That was a bad idea. I've seen the phone online for prices ranging in the $300 to $350 range, unlocked. Oh, there's the battery. The music player I fired up by accident there. May as well turn it on. Android notifications. It did a nice job on this. Saw this one with CTA, and I liked what they did with it, and I think it's pretty cool. It remains to be seen. I'm curious to use this one. I'm going to take that purple cover off before I do, to use it for a while and see how it is day to day. But I like I'm kind of enamored of the small phones here. One difference between this and the Pro, besides the keyboard obviously, is that on the Pro they put the headphone jack on top. On the Mini it's on the bottom. I think I'd prefer it on top. But I guess this way you can, if it's in your pocket, you have the headphone jack coming out. It's easier to get to things, right side up. I don't know. Anyway, very curious to try this one out, see how it is in day-to-day use. But, as a concept, I think it's really cool. Again, there's the Mini Pro, both with the 2.55-inch QVGA displays. And like I said, the HTC Aria was tiny, but these things are even tinier. The Sony Ericsson Xperia X10 Mini, unlocked phone. GSM. In the US it'll work on AT&T and T-Mobile, but right now it's only available in the US if you buy it unlocked through a third-party retailer. Thanks Sony Ericsson for lending us this one. We'll have much more on all those phones I showed you on phonog.com, and for Android, our network site droiddog.com as well. Till next time, my name's Noah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.